Welcome to another episode of All Four Downs, the NFL picks with Hector V and myself, Ovi Muniz. Quite of a games last week with surprisingly the Baltimore Ravens losing once again, which had the game won against the Bills, and somehow, some way, Harbaugh decided to go for it on fourth down, to keep it in the hands of Lamar Jackson, to score a touchdown, and ended up being an incompletion. Okay. And that changed everything as the Bills went on to win by a field goal and move on. While I, who made a bid for the Ravens to win what they could have, I ended up losing. And then the domino effect started happening, and that's how it went for me in week 4 of the NFL. And Hector's smiling there because now he has an increased lead, okay, going into week 5. So what games did you had locked in that you were surprised last week?
I was surprised with the Buffalo game. I mean, going there, I was so confident that this was going to be a runaway game, and then when you turn on the TV and Baltimore's already whooping on them, I'm like, okay, is this a whole different Raven team we're going to see, or is this the Raven team we're going to see from a couple of weeks ago when they just gave up the lead to the Miami Dolphins? And it just seems like they have no answer for the AFC East so far because two blown
No,
leads against
whatsoever. And it's upsetting, man, when you're watching the screen be like, go for three, go for three, go for the win, go for the win, right? And even though the time was enough for the Buffalo Bills, because Allen, man, you give him too much time, he's able to throw the ball downfield. And the way they play these games, like you could just throw the ball in the air, and the referees are on standby to throw the yellow flag for pass
right.
interference. Right? It's either that or holding, but
Mm-hmm.
something's gonna get called. And it seems that way, and whether it's college or in the professionals. But I'm just still butthurt, not only just that game, but there are others. But I'm hoping that week 5 will bring all that to the end because now things are started settling down, and we now can narrow down as to who are the competitors, who are the contenders that are reaching for the Super Bowl, and the pretenders. So let's
Yeah.
start with these picks real quick here. And then once again, this is All Four Downs presented by CMG Central. Please visit our website at clovercrestmedia.com. And hopefully soon, no, sooner or later, we get to see cmgcentral.com. So, but it's all
Mm-hmm.
good. And once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Big shout out to Dennis Carnes over there. I believe he's in Florida. Dennis, you still in Florida or Georgia? I think he's down in Florida. I hope everything's all well over there, especially the aftermath of the hurricane. But he's all a Bills fan, Bills familia, Bills mafia. Excuse me. Yes, he
Hey,
says
let's
he's
just
in
join.
Daytona. Say
Let's join
again.
the familia. Let's join the
Yeah, it's
familia because I know we're on that Buffalo bandwagon. Let's
yeah,
do
man.
this.
Thursday it starts off with the Colts versus the Broncos. Can you believe that for their history, they are now 14-14 all time?
Knot it up. Yes, they're
Knotted
knotted
up.
up.
And you
That
know
is crazy.
what? And most of those wins came from Peyton Manning.
Yeah, you hit that right on the button there. Yep. But
So
now
I'm
we're
here
looking at a
looking at
whole
the
different
history,
era.
and I'm like, well, who's the quarterback that won this game? Oh, that was Peyton. And how did the Broncos win this? Oh, that was Peyton Manning. So there you go. But this time around, they got Russell Wilson, who was 2-1 versus the Colts while he was at the Seattle Seahawks. So what can he do with the Broncos team versus the Colts this time around, being at their home? So I'm gonna start off the back on this. So I'm gonna take the lead. I'm picking the Broncos to win at home.
No, I can't. I can't agree with you more. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's ruled out for this game, and I know the Broncos. I think their running back Javante Williams is hurt. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but I have to give. I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos here. They're at home. I think Russell Wilson would take care of it. I was kind of disappointed, that I try to pick, Indianapolis. and then they fail me, and then when I go against them, they go ahead and prove me wrong. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with a safe bet here. I think Russell Wilson. Both. I think it's gonna be an ugly game,
That's your
regardless.
analytics right there. Oh, I think I'm gonna pick the Colts, but since I'm picking the Colts, nah, I'm gonna stick with the Broncos.
Nah, nah. I
Yeah.
mean, look, they both are like two of the worst teams in scoring offenses this year right now. I know it's early, but come on, we're not seeing anything from Matt Ryan or Russell Wilson here. But I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos at home here, prime time, Thursday night.
All right. Dennis agrees with you. He says Russ
Okay,
finally
so
airs it out in this one. Well, let's see on that one, man. I can't wait. Moving on, and these are all the majority of the 1 o'clock games except for one. The 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the NFL Network. We got the New York Giants visiting the Green Bay Packers. Well, really, they're all visiting in London, so that's why the game is that early in the morning. The Packers have a 3-game win streak. Okay,
yes,
now, I am picking the Packers to win. I think they're the better team. But
right,
if I'm betting in this game, I'm betting Giants +8. And we're going to talk about the sports betting right after our regular picks. But I want to
right,
tell you guys this, that this may be a little closer than what the bettors are making it out to be. Okay. But again, the Packers and the Giants will happen in London. So if you're waking up Sunday morning and you turn on that television, you already got yourself a football game. Um,
yes.
who's your pick in this one?
Look, I like what Brian Dable is doing right now with the Giants, but we got a quarterback issue right now. Daniel Jones' ankle's hurt. Tyrod Taylor has a concussion. We may have to go to Davis Webb. Look, Davis Webb is pretty decent. Okay, I mean he's another mobile quarterback we got here, but honestly, I think the Packers are going to be smart and try to load up the box here to try to slow down Saquon Barkley. The man rushed all over the field for against the Bears last week, 146 yards, but didn't even see the end zone. And that's what worries me as a Giants fan. You rush for that, you usually utilize your running back that much, but he doesn't score. I think the Packers are going to be able to try to maintain that. And whoever we got at quarterback, well, they better be careful because if they don't throw that ball and they keep running, you're going to see another injury. I'm sorry, but I'm going with the Packers on this one. I think they just got the better team, and of course, they got the better quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. So,
Well, I'm
and
gonna
I
tell
think
you
he's
what
starting
right
to.
now. Hold on for a second. I know you all winded and everything else, but I'm gonna tell you this. Um, I have to really acknowledge this comment from Dennis because he's right. B team Bills from New Jersey, and reason why I have to comment on that is because Jake Fromm just tried out for the New York Giants. And I think they're going to sign him and he's going to be the starter because we're 3 quarterbacks short. Okay. So Jake Fromm and Agent McCarron, which McCarron, if I'm not mistaken, played for the University of Alabama. Fromm is from the University of Georgia. They're coming over. We'll see what's going to happen. And who knows? Who knows who's going to be the starter? But this is what I do know is that if they stick with the fundamentals of football, do the Bill Parcells way, run the football, that offensive line need to get tough, ready to go. I got a feeling that the Giants, no matter who's behind the snap, they can still make this a close one. I really do. And I think there's a lesson learned from what happened with the Dallas Cowboys. But we got to move on to the Steelers and the Bills. Kenny Pickett, first career start. Okay. He as soon as he took over the game last week, uh, it was a different vibe for the Steelers. Okay. A different vibe. And I thought there was a big spark that they needed. And I think that's going to carry, even though the Steelers lost. But I got a feeling that now that he has a full week of preparation, I got a feeling the Steelers could do something here. I am taking the Steelers over the Bills in a small margin. I know I'm doing
Wow.
this by purpose because
Okay.
I know Dennis is listening in right now.
Wow. Okay. I'm surprised by the spread myself, but I don't see how Pittsburgh is going to do anything up in Buffalo against this Bills team. I think they're back on track, and I think this could be a closer game than what they're saying it is, but I'd be really surprised if it is a blowout. And I think we'll see that in the first half. If this is a runaway game by halftime, yeah, you can forget about Pittsburgh's season altogether. I don't see
Well,
Kenny
hold on for
Pickett
a
being the
second.
savior here,
The Steelers'
honestly.
season is already over. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're not making the playoffs. But here, check this out. Mike Tomlin, one, two, three, four, five, 6 times in his career as a Steelers head coach has he's lost three in a row, 3 consecutive games. You know what happens after 3 consecutive games?
You start winning.
Do you know what happens after 3 consecutive games, Dennis? Dennis Carnes, who is listening in, the Steelers win their game. Only once have the Steelers lost 5 in a row. Only twice they lost 4 in a row. But the majority of the time, there's always a way that Mike Tomlin does. And the last time they were at Buffalo, Dennis knows the
Yeah,
Steelers
but we're
did win.
talking.
When they
Yeah, but that was
doubted
that was
Ben
different. That was
Roethlisberger, who was already old, who had nobody, they didn't have a team. They were banged up, and they managed to win the game.
because you got Big Ben. Big Ben know how to manage. When you got a veteran quarterback who's behind the snap, he knows how to manage the game with anybody he's got. Aaron Rodgers
Mhm.
is showing that right now with no receivers. He's trying to find his receivers. He's trying to figure this out, but he knows how to do it. Kenny Pickens was not going to know where to start at.
But
And the
nobody
Steelers,
knows Pickett. Nobody
now,
knows Pickett. No one has a plan versus Pickett yet. That's what
that
I'm
doesn't
saying.
matter. That don't
It
matter. I
does
mean,
matter. It does
no,
matter.
not against Buffalo at home, and the Steelers don't even have a running game right now. And how you expect them to do anything
Okay.
against Buffalo's defense?
The
No,
Bills don't
I'm
got to run
sorry,
a game either. They only got the quarterback to run the ball.
but they got Josh Allen, and he's better than Kenny Pickett. Okay,
Oh, all right. Here we go. Moving on.
you
Chargers
take
versus the
Pittsburgh.
Browns. So I got Chargers have won 3 straight games in their meeting, and I think they're gonna make it 4 in a row. So I'm taking the Chargers over the Browns.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers too. Honestly, I was kind of skeptic about this because what is Herbert's condition? You know what I'm saying? But the Chargers are first in passing yards in the NFL right now, so I think they keep that going against this Cleveland team. So to me, the LA Chargers are well-rounded offensively. So yeah, and I know last time they played them last year in October there was a shootout, but this is a whole different team. The Browns don't got Baker Mayfield this time, so I do got the
I
Chargers
don't
winning
think
this
if
game.
Baker Mayfield was there will be an issue. But all right. Bears versus the Vikings. The Bears are 2-2. They're winless on the road. The Vikings are undefeated at home. They're 3-1. They're still trying to maintain first place in the NFC North. I'm taking the Vikings over the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings too. I mean, again, we both picked the Vikings to win the division, and they're 3-1 right now. They're looking solid. So I see Minnesota being fine in this game with no problems. Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's going to turn over the ball against this Bear team. So give me the Bears. The Bears.
All right, the Lions visits the
I mean,
Patriots.
I mean,
And again, I think this is the best 1-3 team. But there's just something about the Patriots that always have a way. I mean, they always came close against Green Bay. It, I don't know. I can't
yeah.
figure out Patriots. I can't. But I'm taking the Patriots to win at home.
Yeah, and this was another one because the Lions got one of the top scoring offenses in the league, but they got one of the worst defenses in the league. And I think if Bailey Zappi, he did pretty well. He went 10 for 15, 99 yards against the Packer team. Okay. And they went all the way to overtime. So, I think that he can rebound here at home. And look, I give it to I pity the Patriots because they've been on the road a lot for the first 4 games. I think it was 3 games they've been on the road. So they really haven't seen a lot of home action. I think this would be good for Zappi to be at home and get this win and exploit this Lions defense. And he might have a career day, against this Lions defense. So, yeah, I'm going with the Patriots too in this one.
All right, the Seahawks visit the Saints. The Seahawks, they're a surprising team. They're 2-2. They split away games at 1-1. The Saints are winless. However, the Seahawks are 2-4 at New Orleans. Okay, they seem to not have the formula quite yet, being at New Orleans. But if this was in Seattle, this would have been a different story. But I don't know I'm going to get out of this right here. It's almost similar to the Lions and the Patriots. but I'm gonna stick with the home team. I'm taking the Saints by a small margin and to defeat the Seahawks.
Yeah, I kind of flip the coin back and forward here, and I know the Saints are at home; they're favored in this one. But I just like the way Geno Smith is leading, the Seattle Seahawks team. I was kind of skeptic when the season started, but he's showing me something different here. He leads the NFL with a 77 percentage complete percentage rate, so I like him over Andy Dalton. So give me the Seahawks to come go into New Orleans, who they whatever they call themselves, and they're gonna beat the Saints.
All
So
right.
yeah,
The Dolphins versus the Jets. The Jets 0-2 at home. They're trying to get their first win to the hot, speedy Dolphins. Look, the Dolphins won 8 of the last 9 meetings, but in MetLife Stadium, they're 7-4. How is this going to happen? What kind of team are we going to get? This is, I don't know, man. I'm just going to stick with the Jets on this one. I really am. Something's going to happen. They play very competitive. That's the one thing. If this was in Florida right now, I would have said Miami would just demolish the Jets. But this is Jets, and they're going to get the best out of anything that happens in this game. I'm taking the Jets to win by a field goal.
the only way the Jets are gonna win this game is if they're losing with 2 minutes left in the game in the fourth quarter. That's the only way they're gonna win this game. I like Teddy Bridgewater better than Zach Wilson. I think Bridgewater is capable of backing up this Dolphin team and
Well, he didn't
going
look
to
so
New York.
pretty when he started backing up. I'm telling you that right now. He looked
Okay, but
awful.
we're talking about a Jets team here. Okay, I'm not sold on the Jets either. Okay, they're
Well,
not going
they're
to play four
winning. They
quarters with
won
you.
2 games already. That's more than
Okay,
what they starting better than last year. I'm just
how did they
saying.
win those 2 games? But how did they
It
win those 2 games? They
doesn't
had to
matter. A
come back.
W is a W. How
Okay,
how
but
did any
still,
other of these teams that how did the Ravens lose last week? You know what I
let
mean?
the Jets
You're
take the
you're
lead into the
you're
fourth
left
quarter. They'll
scratching your
blow it against
head.
the Dolphins.
You're gonna be
Okay.
left after this game scratching your head too, and you don't even have hair. So let me tell you that right now.
No,
All right.
there's nothing to
Yeah.
scratch. Miami will win this game.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. Falcons versus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers will get their first win at home. Surprisingly, they haven't won at home yet, but I guess three's a charm, right? Um, Buccaneers will take care of business and
Yeah.
stop that speedy Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I like Marcus Mariota and what they're doing with Atlanta, but Tampa Bay is going to win at home. So, yeah, give me the Bucks on this one.
All right, Titans versus the Commanders. Yeah. I am surprised that I'm doing this, but I'm actually taking the Commanders. The last meeting, the Commanders took care of business at Washington versus the Titans. There's just something that about Tennessee that once they go to the capital, they can't perform right. Um, it is what it is.
I, I,
I'm taking the Commanders.
I'm not going to fault you on that one. I've been hearing quite a bit about this game, and people are surprisingly going with the Commanders on this one. But I think that if we get a heavy dose of Henry in this game, that there's nothing that the Commanders could do to stop them. And I think Tennessee's going to walk away with this win. I think I even think that Tennessee's defense can get part of the action and cause some disruptions here and there and maybe get a score or two and win this game in Washington. So, yeah,
Look, they played
I
hard
got
against the
Tennessee.
Cowboys last week, so they need to
Oh,
continue
they
with
did.
that fire and play hard against the Titans. But
They
speaking
did,
about
but they've
playing hard, the Jaguars are playing hard too. They host the Texans. I'm taking the Jaguars at home.
What's crazy about this game. I'm surprised you didn't have any notes on that game because Houston has won 8 in a row in this series. Okay, they have just obliterated this series against Jacksonville, but all of a sudden I see Jacksonville turning the table all of a sudden, and even though Jacksonville got a losing record all time at home against Houston, I think Jacksonville is going to start turning the table here and making their run at a division title. I think they go into this game, they win this game, and they break this 8-game losing streak. against their AFC counterpart, the Houston Texans. So give me the Jaguars. Give me Trevor Lawrence. They got this.
Hey man, Doug Peterson is doing wonders for Jaguars, and I don't know what happened for the previous coaches, but somehow his system is working there, and Trevor Lawrence is looking spectacular. So just a fruitful thought there. All right. Let's go out to the after the late games here, the 49ers versus the Panthers. I'm taking the 49ers on the road.
Yeah, give me the 49ers, man. They look so dominant. And Baker Mayfield, I think he's been limited to less than 200 yards in his last 3 games. So he's not no threat here. And of course, they got, 49ers got this guy called Debo Samuel on that side. So, yeah, give me the 49ers.
Absolutely. Hey, expect a quarterback change for the Carolina Panthers. Cowboys at the Rams. I'm taking the Rams on this one. I'm going to put my haterade on, and hopefully that 1-star Cowboy, like you see there, they will perform 1-star in LA.
Look, I'm going to give the Cowboys credit. Cooper Rush has been doing his thing, okay, as a backup quarterback. I still don't think there's a quarterback controversy in Dallas. I don't think so. But even though the Cowboys are doing their thing with Cooper Rush, but let's not forget that the Rams, they have their own Cooper, Cooper Cup. And so Matthew Stafford's got him on his side. So give me the Rams. I see a heavy dose of that. And I think Aaron Donald, in my opinion, is going to outshine Micah Parsons on the defensive side. So,
Damn.
yeah, I said it. Let the
No.
Cowboys fans come in and say something, but I think
I'm
that's
going to
what's
tell
going to
you
happen.
what, though. Stafford, I'm going to tell you right now, he better start throwing accurate because if he starts
Yeah.
throwing those interceptions, it's going to be a
Oh, yeah.
long day for the Rams.
It's
I'm telling
going
you
to be
that
a
right now.
long night. You sure right. Mm-hmm.
Talking about interceptions, Kyler Murray better watch out too because they're hosting the Eagles. Eagles are undefeated 4-0 as expected. I don't think they're slowing down against the Cardinals. The Eagles will got this, and they took care of business in Arizona.
Yeah, look, the Cardinals are 23rd in the league in pass defense, and that's not going to bode well against that Eagle offense that is flying high right now. So give me the Eagles to go to the desert and win this game.
All right, Sunday night football: the Bengals versus the Ravens. I just don't know about the Ravens anymore. 2 weeks in a row, they disappoint me. Bad management on Harbaugh's part, and I don't care what excuses he thought he saw a win or whatever it is. Dude, you played to win the game. You played to lose the game. That's the bottom line. Okay. I am taking the Bengals. They're gonna get their win streak. And I know they got a banged up offensive line. They need to protect uh, Joe Burrow better. And I just, again, I just don't get it. The Ravens could be easily 4-0 going in there. We could be talking about how the Ravens are going to win. But the way things are being handled, I won't be surprised if the Bengals go ahead and run away with this game.
You know, I, I can't fault you for that. I mean, this game is, we thought the Baltimore was going to be better than what they are. I mean, even though they finished the season real bad last year, but we knew why. There's a lot of
It wasn't
injuries on
that
that
bad.
side.
Yeah,
It
it
was
wasn't that
bad for the
bad.
Ravens. They had a monumental
Dude, they were
collapse
only
at
a
the end of
game
the season.
short of making it to the playoffs. They were all
Yeah,
right.
but they lost a lot in the end, which faulted them.
Yeah, but it's
But
also
I'm going.
fault of Harbaugh too for his management. How many times
Well,
you going
you
for
still
fourth
got to block
down?
them.
They testing these analytics. How about getting the
Yeah,
feel
well,
of the game and go with your gut? The gut has nothing to do with analytics. I'm sorry, man.
well,
I'm just not for the Ravens right now.
well. I understand that, but I'm going to give the Ravens another. I'm going to give the Ravens a shot here. The Bengals, they're so easy. Their offensive line cannot protect Burrow. I mean, 4 sacks per game right now. I mean, I think the Ravens can exploit that pressure, put pressure on Burrow, make him throw some wild passes. Yes, I get the fact that Burrow has torched them last year. I get that. And I get the fact that the Ravens defense ain't all that right now. But the Bengals haven't shown me nothing really on offense with Burrow with protection. You're going to hurt this kid. You're going to
Yo,
put this kid into early
but
retirement.
there was no
Okay.
protection last year. They made it to the Super Bowl.
That's okay. I'm giving the Ravens this one at home against the Bengals.
All right, Monday Night Football. The Raiders versus, the Raiders visit the Chiefs. Hmm. Everybody was talking about
What's
how the AFC South, I'm sorry, the AFC West was supposed to be the most
was gonna?
dominant division, and it's turned out to be a joke. And this is
It
why.
looks like a one-team race again.
Chiefs
That's what it
defeats
looks
the
like.
Raiders. Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, I got the Chiefs. I mean, they rank second in the NFL in scoring offense, over 32 points a game. I mean, come on now. Despite the fact that the Chiefs have been on the road a whole lot
Right.
so far, you know. So yeah,
Right.
they're at home.
All right.
Give it to them.
Talking about sports betting, here we go. I'm gonna show you my two tickets from DraftKings right now. All right, my tops are the New York Giants +8. They're gonna keep it close against the Green Bay Packers. And once again, I already told you that it doesn't matter who's gonna snap the ball. All right, I think there's a different game plan. I gotta trust in the head coach. And then the Green Bay Packers receivers, I trust them to drop balls. Are they gonna score a touchdown? Absolutely. But I don't think that the Packers are going to crush the Giants, especially in London. They've been playing hard all the way. The only way this gets out of hand is if fourth quarter. All right, fourth quarter. Also, I picked the Chargers at 2.5 against the Browns. The Patriots at -3 to defeat the Lions. And then I got -7 for the Vikings. I think the Vikings are gonna put too much pressure on the Bears, and I think they win by over 2 touchdowns against the Bears. So I'm confident on that. Moving on to my second ticket, I got the 49ers over the Panthers on the spread, the Rams, the Eagles, and lastly, the Bengals are not favoring this game, even though I pick them to win. That's why I feel like this is an easy pick for me. Bengals win, I win. And there you have it for my DraftKings picks brought to you by myself and CMG Central. So, but I'm going back to the first one there because you and I are kind of same for those 4 games. Who do you have for the Giants and the Packers?
Um, I'm gonna stick with the Packers. I'm gonna take the points there. I mean, I just look, our Giants are doing sloppy well right now, and
Sloppy, well, it is.
sloppy well, seriously. But I think this is going to be a rude awakening for them against this Green Bay Packers. So I mean, I would like to see you win this and let the Giants cover, but I think
Watch
the
this.
Packers
You
are going to
ready?
win.
Tom Hanks is gonna be there. He's gonna be like, "Life is a box of chocolate. You never
You
know
never
what
know
you're
what you're
going
going
to
to get.
get." How about the
Yeah, but
Chargers and the Browns? 2.5
uh,
spread, bro.
yeah, give me the Chargers on that. Give me the 2.5 there with the Chargers. I feel confident on that. I think they'll win by at least a field goal on that game. So
All right.
yeah, no
The
problem there.
Lions and the Patriots. Patriots favored by 3 points.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm
you
gonna. I'm just
lost
going.
this one here because if no, I'm sorry, no, you didn't. My brother picked the under last week with the Patriots, and they scored over 40 points, and he thought they were going less than 40. So, like I
Yeah,
said, you never know what you're gonna get out of the Patriots. So,
yeah,
who you got?
yeah. Well, I can't even see your screen. Seriously, not
It's
even with my glasses
three
on.
3 point spread for the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots and the three. I
All
think
right, the
Zappy.
Bears
I think Zappy's gonna get it done.
Bears versus the Vikings. Vikings favorite 7 points.
I take the 7. I probably take more than that. I think they're gonna walk all over those Bears.
All right, and your bonus one, you have the Eagles and the Cardinals. Eagles are favorite 5.5.
Give me that. Give me that. I'm gonna take that. By halftime, this is gonna be over with.
All right,
Hurt's
I
gonna put the
love it.
hurt on him.
Haha. Hey, stay tuned to the college football show that's coming up in 30 minutes here at the same channel, the YouTube channel, CMG Central. Hector and I, once again, thank you for watching the NFL show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, CMG Central, or you can follow us on Facebook like most of you guys are doing right now. Thank you for your support. Leave your comments below who you think is going to win this week. And once again, hey, if you want to be involved in our show, by all means, thank you, Dennis Carnes, for your contribution to the show. and everyone else. And again, we'd love to share your comments and get you on our podcast. So let's see what happens. Stay tuned. See if I win some money like I did in baseball. I know for those of you, but baseball season is coming to a close. And I went 6 for 6 because all 6 teams that finished in first place, I did pick. So let's see if I can do the same thing for the NFL. And once again, you're listening to the All Four Downs. I'll be back once again in 30 minutes with the College Football Show. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Take it easy.